John's Liquor Store, 729 Main Street, Falmouth, 508-548-2287.
On this edition of Falmouth in Focus, Reinventing the Royal, developer Michael Galasso walks us through his plans to turn a nursing home of yesterday into a workforce community for tomorrow. Batter up! The Commodores hit Gov Fuller Field for their 101st season of baseball action. And bringing arts alive with Juneteenth remembrances on the Falmouth Library lawn. This is Falmouth in Focus, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, our bi-monthly roundup of local events and FCTV member engagement with the community. I'm Eileen Preston. Michael's still on the road. We'll see him again soon. We're going to start with a project that's taken a very long time to taxi down the runway, but it finally looks like it's set to take off. I'm talking about the renovation of the old Royal Nursing Home into an ambitiously conceived workforce housing community. Developer Michael Galasso recently secured zoning board approval for the project after months of prolonged discussion with town boards. He also secured historical status for the building, which went up in 1969 and housed generations of Falmouth's aging population. Now, he's actively putting together funding for the project and consulting with a team of architects for the overhaul. He walked us around the property and sketched out his vision for a revamp.
A lot of folks in town had someone in their family that might have been here as a patient over the years and stuff, maybe towards the end of their life. And we really want to change that image of what the property is. We want to respect the history of it, you know, and how long it's been here, and that's why we have it designated historic. But we really want this to become a fun, enjoyable place to live, because we're renovating this building really for the folks who work hard in our community and maybe don't have the type of place they'd like to have to live and everything. So it'll be a total of 67 units here. Of them, 30 of them are what we call Mr. Cod units. Those are the studios and one bedrooms. Those will all be leased. They're all fully furnished. They'll all be leased with an annual 1-year lease on them. The other 37 units that we have are what we call the micro units, SRO units. They're a little bit smaller than a studio, fully furnished with little kitchenettes.
Kitchenette, no bathroom.
We are working on looking at trying to add full bathrooms to every one of those units. The issue is having the building designated historic. Sometimes they designate things that are inside, not only things that are outside. And if that's the case, it may limit us what we can do with the corridors that go around the building. This is about somewhere between a $16 and $17 million project.
Okay.
But when you look at what the cost is on a per room basis or per unit basis, it's below $300,000. We'll have staff here 24 hours a day, a front desk, so there's a little bit more cost. We pay for all the utilities, so there's more cost associated with operating this type of facility than there is an 18 or 10 unit apartment building. You know, our management office will be right here. It's all right up front. Of course, the cafe is over here to the right too. So it's much more visible than these walls that you see here. But you will not be able to get beyond those double doors, which then lead you to the apartments.
Private residences,
yes.
Right, yeah.
The ability for us to add full baths is going to be, can we fit them into the rooms and still make the rooms very livable too, you know? And whether or not we can, because if we take out this centerpiece here where we had the nurses station, can we extend this wall out further and make the rooms a little bit larger?
And how big is this room?
It's about 300 square feet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you got
And
two
sort
nice,
of an average
two nice
bedroom
windows.
size in a home, right? And
A little bit bigger.
a little bit bigger, yeah.
Many bedrooms in old Cape Cod homes are 10 by 10.
Yeah.
So this is double that size. So this was a double room. I mean, they had 2 beds in here when this was operated.
That's right.
So yeah, being able to get, you know, a nice sized bed in here, a little desk, the kitchenette, closet, and a bathroom.
Yeah, like a college dorm, they can get pretty fancy, right?
They can these days. Not when I was going to college.
I know, yeah,
but
me
they
too.
can. They can these days. So we'll have, well, I'll call them more modern vending machines too. So if you worked all day, if you worked in a restaurant, last thing you want to do is come home and cook. So these vending machines will have fresh sandwiches, salads, more things that are good for you. It's not just candy and cookies and soda and stuff like that. So besides having a full commercial kitchen, which will have, either an 8 or a 12 burner stove and a couple ovens and everything, some refrigeration, and actually we have refrigerator lockers too that you'll have your own key to, a little locker for refrigeration, but you'll also have a little refrigerator in your room too.
I wondered about that for groceries and things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We don't want people to always just be in their room.
Right.
We understand they want to sleep there and they want some privacy and everything, but we want to give them the opportunity to do other things outside their rooms.
There was so much more that came out of my conversation with Michael Galasso. He hopes to achieve net zero impact on the climate with all electric power generated by solar panels, and is providing 36 bicycles, an electric commuter van, and access to shared automobiles on site. A feature-length version of our conversation called Reinventing the Royal will air soon on FCTV's streaming and cable platforms. Check fctv.org to learn more. It's that time of year again. The Falmouth Commodores are hitting the field for their 101st season of baseball at Gov Fuller Field. We gathered some sights and sounds, including a little expert commentary from our game announcers.
This way. The stands went this way. Yeah. I've been broadcasting for exactly 2 games for the Commodores. I did the Cape Cod Baseball League last year, absolutely loved it, and the thought of coming back here, and not only coming back here, but coming back to one of my favorite places to visit last summer is absolutely incredible. The setup that Falmouth had even last year was amazing, and the upgrades we've been able to make in the offseason, it's simply unmatched, and we kind of saw that tonight. I would like to see a little more hitting. I've been very impressed by the pitching, and we just talked about it in the postgame. The hope is the pitching can kind of hold them over, and the hitting will just catch up eventually. There are still a lot of big bats, a lot of big arms that are scheduled to come in. This is how it started last year. It was not all sunshine and rainbows for that team last year. They struggled out of the gate. Jeff Trundy kind of specializes in making that late season run right when you think he's out of it. There's so many great events, and I know the town just loves this team, which is so awesome.
We wish the Commodores the best of luck this season, and will continue to keep you updated throughout the summer. We're back with a taste of Arts Alive in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Joe Lima, president of PFLAG Cape Cod, and I'd like to tell you about our organization. The idea for PFLAG began with the simple act of a mother publicly supporting her gay son. PFLAG is an organization of LGBTQ+ people, parents, families, and allies who work together to create an equitable and inclusive world. We are hundreds of thousands of people and hundreds of chapters from coast to coast who are leading with love to support families, educate allies, and advocate for just, equitable, and inclusive legislation and policies. Since our founding in 1973, PFLAG works every day to ensure LGBTQ+ people everywhere are safe, celebrated, empowered, and loved. On Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket, LGBTQ+ people and those who love them are served by PFLAG Cape Cod. Please visit our website at pflagcapecod.org for more information about our organization and the many resources we offer.
The Falmouth Library lawn came alive with summer cultural celebrations this month, from Arts Alive to Juneteenth, Father's Day, and the launch of June's Pride Month. In what's becoming an annual tradition, State Representative David Vieira donned his union uniform to read out the Emancipation Proclamation in a historic reenactment. Here are some of the sights and sounds.
On January 1st, 1863, the President Lincoln issued an Emancipation Proclamation. It says that all slaves in rebel area, controlled area, are free. And so as unions came, they started to emancipate all the slaves that were there. At the end of the Civil War in April 1865, with the surrendering of the Confederacy, news, this happened in Virginia, but news did not hit Texas. And so even April, and the war is over, slaves are having a delayed freedom. And so it took the general to come in. We're gonna see a general coming in here, General Granger coming into Galveston, Texas, and he issues a proclamation, number 3, and we're gonna hear about that.
Headquarters, Texas District. Galveston, Texas, June 19th, 1865. General Orders number 3. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor. The freedmen are advised to remain quietly at their present homes and work for wages. They are informed that they will not be allowed to collect at military posts, and they will not be supported in idleness, either there or elsewhere. By order of Major General Granger, attested, F.W. Emery, Major Assistant Adjutant General.
We have come.
Students from Falmouth High School held a Juneteenth celebration of their own. Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging, Henry St. Julian, spoke to FCTV's Ryan Weber about this year's event.
So here in the high school, what's going on is that the students decided to do a freedom walk. This is Juneteenth celebration. So they're going around, they're seeing signs about Juneteenth going there, and we're trying to remember our historical past, reflect on where we are today, and I'll say celebrate. These are the Kikili Assembly right here behind us, and we're trying to celebrate. The African culture is rich in America, and we want to celebrate today. So the high schoolers are chose today to do their celebration. June 19th is after vacation, so during the summer vacation, so they choose to do it the 10th. So I'm kind of glad that students want to do it to celebrate on the 10th. In the district, what we have are every students are going to be eating a Juneteenth cake for lunchtime. The Juneteenth flag is displayed in each school. Lawrence had their performance in the morning. This is now around 10:30, and the high school is doing theirs. We have a celebration going on Saturday, the 15th, and it will be school performance as well as community. It's Juneteenth all the way to the 15th. There's something on the 19th also. There's 2 performances on the 19th. Hopefully people can either go at Highfield Hall or St. Barnabas to do something on the 19th. So we're loving Juneteenth in Falmouth, and I'm very proud of my my high school people. As you can see, they're loving it over here.
For the 13th consecutive year, veterans from across the nation pedaled their way down the Shining Sea Bikeway in the Cape Cod Soldier Ride this month. And once again, our town was there to cheer them on.
I'm Carol Kenny, and we're here in Falmouth today to support the Wounded Warriors. The Wounded Warrior Project has been doing their annual soldier ride now for the 13th year here in Falmouth, and we are pleased as a community to bring out all the support along the bike path and everywhere in the community for the veterans that are here. This community is fabulous. We have all kinds of things in town to support our veterans. And one of the newest things we have now is we now have the new Falmouth Community Veterans Center over on 300 Dillingham Ave. And it was the old senior center, and we've converted it all with donated funds, services, in-kind products, everything. It's just amazing. And we will be doing programs in the building to support the veterans here in Falmouth. So we not only support the veterans when they come in from out of town, we're here to support the veterans here in Falmouth. It's incredible the people that come out to support these vets for our ride. In particular, the Falmouth Police Department. These are active police officers in the town, and they come out on their own time to volunteer to come out and ride along the bike path with them. They ride the bikes. They go from stop to make sure that they're safe.
Well, I'm Sergeant Major retired Alvin Smiley. I'm from Georgia, did 31 years in the military Army.
And I'm Sergeant First Class retired, Marshallek, 20 years in the Army from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
We did a total of 20 miles. We had a chance to see first graders, second graders, third graders, fourth graders, and a lot of adults on the route. It was nice, it was motivating, and again, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, and we appreciate it. People are treating us good out here, and go Wounded Warrior Project.
Go Boston Celtics.
Just finished the race. Great experience. Just want to thank the city of Falmouth for hosting us. Wounded Warrior and Soldier Ride, thank you very much. Feels great. It was a lot of motivation when we were getting tired with the first graders, second graders, third graders, fourth graders, high schoolers. It was great. Thank you very much. And
yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
FCTV was proud to support the veterans again this year at our crossing by the Falmouth bus station. And in just a moment, a spoonful of poetry and prose as readers channel their inner Catherine Lee Bates.
Here we are at the Falmouth Farmers Market every Thursday from here on out until October 17th. We'll be here from noon to 5. We have over 30 vendors, including food trucks, coffee trucks. We have a cheese vendor this year, a homemade sourdough bread. This food is amazing. We're very proud to make sure we can offer T, SNAP, and HIP benefits. We also take WIC coupons and senior coupons throughout the year. We really want to encourage people to come and talk to us if they've never used their benefits at the market. There's lots of amazing programs that sometimes people don't know about, and we really want to help walk people through how to get the most out of their food access benefits. So there's lots of inclusivity about the market and getting everybody access to the healthiest food in town. We really hope to see you here supporting your local farmers, supporting your local food vendors, and really helping the local economy thrive and bringing your body and health into focus as well.
Highfield Hall recently installed a new exhibit sponsored by the Woodwell Climate Research Center titled In Flux: Perspectives on Arctic Change. The exhibition showcases the creative collaborations between artists and scientists, offering unique insights into the impact of climate change on the Arctic.
Hi, I'm Joanne Ingersoll, and I'm the Director of Exhibitions here at Highfield Hall and Gardens in Falmouth, Massachusetts. My I'm standing right now in the South Gallery on the second floor of Highfield, and it's one of several galleries that features art in influx perspectives on Arctic change, and that is by artists who have worked closely with scientists at the Woodwell Climate Research Center down the street here in Woods Hole. We have 4 artists who are called the Art Science Fellows, and they are Aaron Dysart, Gabrielle Rusamagno, Michaela Grill and Carl Lemieux, and Georgia Nasikas, and then Woodwell climate cartographer and scientist Greg Fisk. All of their art is here. Behind me is about 18 photographs of very blown up images by Gabby Rusamagno, who was in the Arctic and mentored under the scientist Dr. Jennifer Watts. And what you're seeing are incredibly close-up, enlarged images of the green, the foliage that is growing in the permafrost. It's a really wonderful unification of the science and the arts that Woodwell has been doing actually for a few years. And this is their first of what we hope will be many of these visiting artist fellows who have done work with the scientists and who would like to present their artwork to the public. But I love that they're all different media, and that's what I think is very exciting. And I think that was just accidental too, because these are the artists who, prior to the organized visiting artist program that Woodwell wishes to create, these just happen to be the artists who were engaged with us scientists over a few years. Put on your calendar on July 11th, Highfield will have a panel with the artists and the scientists here, a Q&A, a conversation between them, and that's open to the public. We'll have the 2 scientists, Dr. Susan Natale and Jennifer Watts, and all but one of the artists will be here for that conversation.
This exhibit will be on display at Highfield Hall through July 14th. The words of Catherine Lee Bates echo through centuries of Falmouth history. In no small part, that's due to the efforts of Museums on the Green, which recently held its 25th annual Catherine Lee Bates Poetry Fest. Poetry aficionados of all ages took a few stanzas in this year's event.
Poetry has been the heart of the Falmouth community for over 2 decades, and the center of it all exists within the Falmouth Historical Society Memorial Park. Many people around the area gathered here to participate in the 25th annual Catherine Lee Bates Poetry Fest, an evening of rhyme, rune, and song.
The gleam of a small thumbnail as fingers wrap around the sunshine of a new pencil.
You sit on the bench to search for the singer feathered in black and orange.
Students and adults of all ages bring their poems inspired by Bates to share amongst the community. A member of the board of directors, Judy Durham, is very grateful to be able to represent the Falmouth native.
Catherine Lee Bates is such an important figure in our town, and I think the fact that we can celebrate poetry and her life and name at the same time is pretty cool.
Bates had an impact all around the world, especially here in Falmouth. In fact, she made a special appearance at the Poetry Fest. Let's take a look.
Feel like familiar friends. I lay down in the ruins next to you, in the sonorous small echoes. I have returned. I have returned.
This is actually a portrayal of Bates, played by longtime actress Annie Hart-Kuhl, who has reprised this role for almost 28 years. She says that Bates continues to inspire her every single day.
She was instrumental in making change, and she used words to do it. And she not only inspired, but she stirred the pot. And I like that.
Catherine Lee Bates certainly stirred the pot for all of Falmouth with the annual Poetry Fest. This is Aman Mahdi reporting, FCTV.
And finally, what Falmouth June could be complete without strawberry shortcake on the lawn of St. Barnabas Episcopal Church? The Strawberry Festival was a great day outdoors, and FCTV stopped by.
My name is Helen Molina. I am a member here at St. Barnabas Church. This is about the 70th Strawberry Festival, and I think over the years of those, I maybe have missed 2. This is the real kickoff of the summer season for the town of Falmouth.
We did not do the Strawberry Festival in 2021 because of COVID, but we have since picked it up. We get volunteers involved from the community by offering them a table at the nonprofit row, which is up by the street. And any of the nonprofits that want to participate can pay either for a table or provide us volunteers.
We're selling our strawberry shortcakes. Whipped cream is real. We've run out of hot dogs, but there are those days. We've sold over 500 today.
The reason that we do this is to help fund St. Barnabas's, this beautiful campus that it sits on, but also a percentage of our profits go back into the community through the community programs that we support. And if you would like to have more information on those services or those community organizations that we support, just call the office and I'd be glad to talk to you about it. What's great is just seeing everybody sitting around on the grass and just talking and having a great time here at St. Barnabas's.
And that's going to wrap up our show for the moment. I'm Eileen Preston. Special thanks to our crew of FCTV's summer interns who shot a bunch of the video you saw in this program. We'll go out on some African sounds from Highfield Hall's celebration of Juneteenth, courtesy of the educational nonprofit Crocodile River Music. Until next time, we'll see you around town.